What the Sets is this? This is Yu-Gi-Oh! What the Sets, where we have another fantastic guest duelist today, guys. Can we move to 2-0 after the first episode where we defeated RPK Gaming? Only one way to find out.
Only for you.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our Gaming. Today we are back with What the Sets, episode 2, with a special guest duelist. I think he's been on my channel once or twice, maybe twice before. I barely know him. I don't think I've done anything on his channel either. Crossflux, what's up, dude?
I don't know. I kind of just walked in off the street. Who are you exactly?
Yeah, Cross literally just walked into the room. You can't see him. He's behind the green screen that's behind me. Literally right behind me talking. Mic's plugged in underneath the green screen.
Ooh.
Into it. That would be creepy if my green screen started to move when you said that. Like,
Yeah, like the lights flicker.
yeah, my actual lights into my face just start flickering or start changing colors. That I think I actually would be scared. I think I'd grab my paranormal stuff and start investigating. Be like, okay, ghost, who are you? Where are you?
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, guys, most of you should know Crossflux. But for those who don't, Crossflux, if you want to say your bit.
All right. Well, hey there, folks. Like Bowmung said, I'm Crossflux, which you probably already know since you've seen a few of his videos already. But my wife and I do a bit of everything on our channel: video games, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, etc. But yeah, just really excited to be a part of this series too.
Yeah, and I'm on his channel mostly for Genshin Tabletop, which is fun. And I literally cannot wait for more to be released. I think for me, filming it's one thing, but rewatching it, it's like I cannot wait to see how it actually comes across from a viewer standpoint. Because, you know, when you're recording something, you never know how it's going to turn out until you kind of rewatch it, you know?
For sure. I know whenever I edit basically any of my videos, it's always like, ooh, I've kind of got an idea on the spot, and then I gotta usually leave myself like a cue to be all like, all right, let's flesh this into an actual joke later on or something.
Oh, definitely, definitely. That's one of the things I think before you like I've recorded a little bit for other people's channels, like you know little segments here and there. But for most part, most people come on as guests on my stuff. So yours was really the first time it was like I really was sitting there waiting for my bit to be shown. I really want to see, oh man, how did I come across? Did I make my character too one dimensional, too boring? Um, you know, when I'm portraying my character, is it even fun to watch, or is he just straight up an asshole? You know, so it's one of those things where it's like being on the other side of being a guest on someone else's series. It really was interesting because when I'm recording my own videos, you know, I get to look at it and watch it when I'm editing it, so I kind of know the feel of it. But waiting, you're like, oh man, I wonder how this is going to be edited. I wonder how this episode's going to feel, because sometimes when a video is shown on YouTube and you watch it in comparison to how it felt when you're recording it, it's two different experiences.
Absolutely.
But honestly, guys, we're here for Yu-Gi-Oh, here for What the Sets, and we're here to spin the reel of sets. Let's get straight to it. Here it is, the sets reels, guys. Honestly, when it comes down to it, I have to remind you, a set has been removed. Episode 1 against RPK. RPK decided to remove one of my 3 sets. Obviously, Gold Series 4 Pyramid Edition was removed. But as the winner, I get to decide a set that got the winner's mark, and that's Gold Series 1. The very first Gold Series has a winner's mark, which means whoever lands on it, whether it's this episode, next episode, 10 episodes down the road, the first person who lands on it gets to use the winner's mark, which allows them to place one gold card, or any rarity, for another of the same rarity. But an instance of Gold Series replacing gold for another gold is probably, the biggest bonus you can get, choosing any gold out of such a powerful set. But today, it's me and Crossflex. Cross, do you want to go first or second on the wheel?
It's always a tough decision. I guess I'll go second to take the extra card. That's how that works, right?
I think so. I think so. Unless we only get like early sets, then I think we all get a draw card still. No, we
Oh,
still
yeah,
we
that's
still
right.
use the card. I wish it worked like that. So I get to go first. So obviously I am going to shuffle the slices. Uh, Let me shuffle them again and shuffle them one more time. All right, so here we go. We're going to spin. First spin is mine, and it is Legendary Duelist Season 1. Oh boy.
Okay.
I don't think I ever opened the first Legendary Duelist Season 1. I opened Season 2 and Season 3. I don't think I've actually ever opened Legendary Duelist Season 1.
Yeah, is that the Rex and Weevil one, or
Yeah, because the Mai and the Kaiba one is 2, right? The dragon one?
I think so.
I am completely confused. Well, we'll find out when I get to open it. I mean, we will find out. Now, next up is your spin. Ready for this? This is
All
your
right.
first of your 3 sets.
All right.
And
I'm
you
excited.
have Battle of Chaos.
Battle of Chaos.
Wow, you get
Okay.
a newer set. Well, Legendary Duelist Season 1, I guess, is. I mean, Legendary Duelist Season 1 is actually pretty new compared to Battle. I mean, it's older compared to Battles of Chaos. But, man, Battle of
Well,
Chaos has some interesting stuff.
yeah.
But is it
Yeah,
usable?
that's not too bad.
No. I actually think that's a pretty big win because at least you know what's in it. I don't even know what's in
Yeah.
mine. Could be a bunch of vanillas. Oh, it's RPK's curse coming over to me. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Second set for me. Light of Destruction.
Okay. That's a classic right there. One of my favorite packs.
What are my decks going to be at this point?
Uh, Light Sword?
Okay, one deck's Light and the other is whatever was in the other set. Oh, this is
Oh man.
horrible. All right, ready for your second set.
All right, I'm ready.
Here we go. After following Battles of Chaos, you have Hidden Arsenal, the
Arsenal. Oh, is
original.
that what original? Okay.
Yo, so you get to use
Well then, that's not too bad.
what's in there? Brianac, DeLorean, I think. No,
Uh, I
Cataster.
I don't think Blue Lauren is. Yeah, I think maybe
Yeah, it's
Cataster, Bryanak.
Cataster. Yeah, because the
I
second
think the
one
fan
featured
stuff.
yeah, the second one featured the more of the ice barriers. Man. Well, at least Hidden Arsenal has one positive. It has a lot of good extra deck cards.
That's
And
true.
most are generic, because at the time, most of those cards were pretty generic. And you get
Yeah,
access
it
to
was
some
still pretty early
tuners.
on.
I mean,
Mm,
I think there's Flame Veil stuff in there that's decent tuners.
yeah, I think it might have the Fire Dog and Magician engine or something like that.
Yeah, so I think you may have just built a decent kind of side deck. I mean, I think that's a pretty good pull. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Moving on to my third and final set. It is Crossed Souls.
Hey, that sounds a little similar to a certain guest on your channel.
Yeah, very much so. I actually have never. I don't even know what Cross Souls is. I don't even think I played when this set came out. So I have
Yeah, like
no
the
idea.
name sounds familiar, but I have no idea what's actually in
I
it.
literally have no idea. I'm literally gonna. These are gonna be ones I'm gonna be looking at the pack opening. 2 out of these 3 sets, I did not play. I will be honest. I did back in the day like literally run Lightsworn and win locals quite often. So Lightsworn, I'm very familiar with. Old Lightsworn.
Hmm.
So that set, Light Destruction, has some good card, but it's very rare heavy. And you know how through all the other series, progression series and stuff, and yours particular, before it ended, you know how hard it is sometimes to pull the rares from a simulator. It seems so
Oh
much easier
yeah.
in real packs.
Yeah, it kind of
Like
does
my
almost.
my rare luck personally in packs are really good in sets that had rares, but in the pack opener, the simulators, boy, you can just completely get screwed. It's a tough world. So
Yeah. Definitely not guaranteed.
Well, I do not know. Are you ready for your final set?
Yeah, let's round this out here.
Your final set is Duelist
Du-
Genesis.
Genesis. Okay, well, I am definitely doing a Synchro era deck then,
You know,
with a little bit of Battle of
I
Chaos.
have to say this is kind of weird in the most part because I really feel like we have similar period stuff in a lot of realms. Um, like none of us got super new stuff, and none of us got super old stuff. It's pretty, I think, spread out. I mean, Duelist Genesis and Hidden Arsenal are pretty close to each other.
Hmm.
But other than that, you got probably the newest set available, and I think you got no Light of Destruction came out before that. So I have the oldest set in Light of Destruction. But then I
Yeah,
think
the
I
last
have
GX set.
yeah, and then I have two very middle of the run sets because uh I feel like both my other ones were kind of just in the middle, not super new, but not super old. Um, so yeah, do you think you're gonna have good times polling? Because I think
Well, as far as actually pulling, that's a different story,
yeah,
but I've definitely got a good selection to pull from.
you think you have a vision of where you want to go with these things? Because
Uh, Possibly mostly just Synchro Toolbox, I'm guessing.
hey, it's better than so far what I have. I have Lightsworn, and who knows what's in the other two sets. I don't think I've opened either of those sets or even looked at them. I don't even know what the artwork is. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm mixing up the Legendary Collection Dragon one for the Legendary Duelist one. You know,
Hmm.
I think I'm completely confused. So I'm actually super excited. We will just get straight to our recordings of the pack opening because I have no idea what's in store for me at all.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you on the other side
Wish me luck. I need it.
for sure.
Before we get to the pack opening, I have something very important to discuss with you regarding Legendary Duelist Season 1. Not only have I never opened this, I looked it up and it is similar to Legendary Duelist Season 2 and 3, where each mini box comes with 2 packs and a variant card. But those variant cards aren't actually pullable in the simulator. So obviously, Red Eyes Baby Dragon, Gear Free the Red Eyes Iron Knight, Red Eyes Slash, Red Eyes Fang with Chain, Millennium Eyes Restrict, Cocoon of Ultra Revolution, and Ancient Gear Fusion are all, well, not accessible. So there are 8 mini boxes inside a display, which is what we're opening for this. So we get to open 16 packs in total. Honestly, guys, when it comes down to it, me and Cross talked, and kind of like with the tins with RPK, I'm going to get one of all of these variants. Plus, I get to choose a second variant. Of course, we'll wait to see what pulls we get, but I get it all set. I get a singular copy of all these variant cards, but I also get to pick one that I want to use at the end. So, obviously, depending on our polls, that could change things. But more importantly, the pack opener. Obviously, you see here we have it loaded up. Cross Souls, a set I've never opened. I don't think I've ever seen a pack. I'm hoping for some good pulls today, guys, because we have 24 packs of Cross Souls, or box. Light of Destruction, a set I'm very familiar with. I played Lightsworn quite a lot when they came out, and they were one of my more successful decks early on. But I kind of also ran Chaos, I've ran Teledad, I've run Blackwing, I've run Frog Monarch. I've run a lot of things over the short period of time I played back then. Okay, who I was kidding. I actually played since from Blue Eyes White Dragon all the way up to the Exceed era began. But honestly, guys, Cross Souls is a set that, because it came out in that period, I know nothing about. So I'm actually interested to see if I can pull a lot of power cards. Interesting enough, this set seems to be kind of similar to one of Cross's sets, Battles of Chaos, which has a lot of support for a lot of various archetypes, but no key archetype in itself that would be a core to build. So let's get into the pack opening, guys. We're going to flip these cards. Start off, let's see. Anything I see here that stands out to me? Nothing, really. Let's just move to the next pack. I think the tough part about this is Cross Souls. I don't have something important or something I'm really looking forward to. Honestly, double right for fusion for a rare. Usually, okay. So we have our first super heavy samurai battle ball. Never played with super heavy, so this could be interesting, I guess. Shadol 1950 body. Yeah, I think ultimately the toughest part about this is I really don't know a lot of these cards, so I'm going to have to look at them afterwards. We did get a target for Fight Fair Fusion and Fight Fair Chimera. We got an Edge Chain and Saw. Got some of your Senju stuff. But yeah, this set has a lot of one or two of supports. Like one or two, or maybe 3 or 4 cards support 4 different archetypes. It does not actually have a core archetype. So when I'm looking at it, we got another Saw Chain, Raider after Revolutionary Falcon, Gauntlet. Yeah, I really don't know what's going to be in this set that will help me. That's popping right out to me. Phantom Griffin is a generic 4-star 2000 vanilla beater. That's pretty important. Let's see. We did get a Ghostware again. Clear Ring Synchro Dragon, I think, is generic, I think. But we also got Junk Anchor. But yeah, we got a Ghostware of the set. Let's keep moving. We did get a Fright for Leo, so that is another target there. Barbar. Don't think we have enough BAs to actually play anything there. Another Griffin. We want as many of those. We got a Tomahawk. That's pretty good rare. I mean, I'm really going to have to read these cards and look at them because I really don't know what they all do. Lodius Illusion, Soprano. Soprano's only a 1400 4-star, but I don't know. It could come up. See, I just feel like, oh, there's, Schuberta, the Melodious Mistra. Got Fight for Lloyd. Yeah, honestly, a lot of these cards I've never even played with or haven't seen outside of maybe the BAs and obviously BA. But yeah, a lot of these cards are not stuff I usually see or have ever read. So a lot of them, I mean, okay, maybe, Phantom Griffin, obviously you don't need to read. Kind of know Junk Anchor a little bit. I do know, which is nice to see another Phantom Griffin. Sea Dragons or Draconia is interesting, 2100 body. Chain, we have a playset of that, which I know what Chain does, but I don't know how useful it would be in here. Unless I'm missing something that's staring me right in the face that's very powerful. This set and all the cards I pull from it, I'm pretty much going to have to read. I'm trying to speak, and I don't know. Another Tomahawk, another Saw. That's a playset of Saw. I think I have 2 Tomahawk. Giga Gloves, I think that's a playset. But honestly, I don't know what to say about this set. I've never played it before, and so all these cards are something I actually will need to read to be able to have any hope of actually understanding what to play. That's a 1900 4-star rare in Stellar Knight. Moon Mirror Shield. I actually do know that one. That's a pretty big pickup. Got to keep moving here. Only a few packs left. We did get a Ghost. Fusion Conscription. Okay, moving on from here. We have Powerful Rebirth and another Zavraxa, which is, good generic. More Griffins. No Griffins. Another Tomahawk and Ulti Gaia Pelio, which I don't think is makeable. I don't think. Maybe. We'll see. Another Mirror Moon Shield. That is, I think it said Mirror Moon instead of Moon Mirror. Either way. Another Chain. Another Magna Dragon. That's 16. Okay. Fusion Conscription. Yeah. I honestly I don't have a card in here that slaps me in the face like this is good. I know it's good. I know I see some, Moon Mirror Shield, but yeah. Blaze Falcon, we have Olive Hammer. That's okay. Yeah, 900 body there in the Mimicry Lanius. Another Edge Chain, Melodious Illusion. And that wraps it up. Well, we did pull a Ghost. I don't know how great it is. Now it's time to load up our very big Legendary Duelist Season 1. Remember, we do have 1 copy of every single secret rare, and we will get to choose 1 extra at the end of it. So let's open this up and see what we get. So, Ancient Gear Gadget, Ancient Gear Golem's interesting. Cyber Toon Dragon's nice because it's just pretty much a Cyber Dragon. We did get Wyvern, we did get Cyber Darkness Dragon, Red Eyes Insight, and for the Ultras, Toon World, Amazoness Call, and Cursed Dragon, the Cursed Dragon. I think our Carmines are really going to help decide what we build, so the Ultras I don't think are as important right off the bat. A lot of Crystal Beasts. Cyber Dark Cannon isn't bad. Keel Edge. Okay, that goes in there. Illusionist Faceless. Yeah, Black Sun Legend. Another Toon World, Fury Artisan, and Heavy Metal Raiders. Interesting. Moving to pack 3 out of the 16. Oh boy, so Horn is pretty good pickup. We have some more Cyber Ancient Gear stuff like Frame and the Toon Ancient Gear Golems. Okay. Legendary Ocean's pretty cool, but don't think we'll be able to play it. Desperado Barrel Dragon, Toon Table of Contents, and Ultimate Magical Crystal. Ultimate Crystal Magic. I said Magical Crystal. I'm really not paying attention to those. I was just thinking, if I get enough tunes, make something work? Because I could search Toon Cyber Dragon going Red Eyes Fusion. Wish we had Dragoon. Well, we don't even have access to Dark Magician, so I think it would be dead. But like Toon Table of Contents, Toon Table of Contents, Toon Table of Contents, go into Cyber Dragon, Toon Cyber Dragon, and be able to thin my deck that way. Wyvern's a big pickup. Red Eyes Toon Dragon, Cyber Dragon Inferno, Malefic, another Keel, and a regular Red Eyes, Heavy Metal Raiders, and Chris Dragon, the Chris Dragon. I'm not seeing anything really big in the Ultra slot so far. So yeah, what do we have here? Wyvern, that's big. Black Metal, Dragon is pretty cool. Ancient Gear Golem, Ultimate Pound, Restrict. Do have Megatron Golem, we do have Ultimate Crystal Magic again, and a Melfi Rabby, which is a 2100, just 2-star cute Rabby. And we probably will throw that in just because it's cute. Ultimate Crystal Magic, Relinquished Fusion, Heavy Metal Raiders. Nothing big there. We have another Frame, which is big. Time Machines are right. Reactor's okay. Yeah, nothing really there. I don't know if I want to even try to look at the Crystal Beast stuff. So another Toon Table of Contents, a third Toon World. Nothing, another Cyber Darkness, Parasite Paranoid. Red Eyes Retro isn't bad. A Wyvern and an Edge. I think this set could be a big one if we can build up enough. Machina Scavenger is interesting, but I don't think it's usable. Minimize Illusionist isn't that great, I don't think. God, another Frame. We have plenty of 1900 bodies. No, 1600, right? 16, yeah. What was I thinking that was 19? Anyways. Yeah, nothing else up top, really. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Cyberdarks are interesting if we pull enough, but I don't think we have a fourth Toon Roll, of course. Crystal Beast, I don't know about that. Retro 17, that's alright. Yeah, I don't know. It's like our Ultras haven't been that great. Tiger, Desperado, Megaton, Gadgets, 2K, another Horn, Hydra, and nothing else really there that I'm noticing. Okay, so Red Eyes Flare Metal is pretty big if we can make it. We got a Claw, which is pretty cool. Toon Goblin Attack Force. We just have a good attack force here. That's generic. Another Toon Cyber Dragon to take those. A Retro Dragon. Yeah, I don't know how powerful the spells and traps from this set will really be. So we have a playset Toon Table content. So if we want to in one deck, play 3 Toon Tables and a bunch of sides. So we have a Wyvern, a Keel, a Cannon, Wyvern, Darkness Metal. Yeah, so I think we actually can build a somewhat weird-looking deck, but that's alright. Desperado Barrel, Ultimate Crystal Magic, Heavy Metal Raiders. Feels like we're getting all of those all over again. Metal Dragon's cool, and nothing else there I'm seeing. Crystal Beast stuff may be a shout if we pull enough, but I'll have to really look. Same stuff in the Ultra slot. I think it's the commons that's really going to help us. Another Metal Dragon, but yeah, there, nothing else too interesting. Pack 15, just one more to go from this after this one. Another Melfi Rabby. That's cool. Citadel Whale. Some more Crystal Beast stuff. A Claw and Edge. That's big. We could be able to play Cyberdark, to be honest. Okay, last one. And we got a fourth Toon Table. That's interesting. Another Toon Cyber Dragon. Another Red Eyes Metal Flare. So many Toon Worlds. Flare Metal, Cyber Darkness. Retro is pretty big. And yeah, so we're going to have to really look at this. Now, we move to Live Destruction, which honestly, we just are hoping for a ton of Lightsworn. Here we go, first pack. We got a Jane. We are looking for Arcana Force 1 and cannot be destroyed by battle. But we do have a Jane. That's big. Jin's Return of Summer Limits also can be pretty big. So yeah. Let's see what else we have here. We have a second Jane. We take that. We have Microcell. Microcell is definitely interesting there. Limit Reverse, Glorious Illusion. Okay. There's cards in here that can actually make things happen. We got a Gragonoth, Nothing else I'm really seeing here that looks too interesting. But that's right. So, Empress, Emperor, Moon, Kind of Queen, Magic Exemplar. I'm hoping for more Lightsworn stuff. I'm really hoping Lightsworn will be popping off here. The Chariot, Cloudion, man. Lightsworn not showing up right now. Nimble, Musabi. Nah, nothing here. I'm hoping we get something cool. Alright, so Battery Charger is interesting. Cup of Ace is interesting. Another Limit Reverse. We have the Playset of Jane, another Emperor, another Charger. We did get a Displayed Rider, who is at least 1700 4-star. A third Limit Reverse, that's a playset there. Second Microcell, a first Gyarath, a second Nimble. Another, I think that's our second Summon Limit, or is that our playset? There's a playset either way. Cup of Ace, that's a fourth Jane, which we might just run in the other deck just because it's that strong of a vanilla. Second Gardenath, Chariot. I feel like we're pulling the same commons and we're not really branching out. So, Empress, Crossporter, Dreadserpent, the Fool. We did finally pull, I said 1, I meant 0. The Fool meant the 1 star instead of number 1. But the Fool is big with only the first one pulled here, and our Lightsworn package is not looking good. There's our second Gyarath. There's a Magician, Cup Ace, Froggy Force Field. Okay. We need more Lightsworn, please. Illumina. That is a big pickup. Honestly, I hope we can get more. But honestly, I'm not paying attention to the rest of that pack. Because, okay, we have a playset of Gareth. Another Fool. That's big. So we have Gyarath and Jane completely set. We need one more Fool. We need more Lightsworn in the rare slot. But a playset of Nimbles. I guess it could be usable. Playset of Microcell. Playset of Garganoth. There's the playset of the Fool. So any extra Fools we get will just help the other deck. Another Charger, that's interesting, because we have 3 cells, 3 Chargers at least. Another Displayed Rider, Gyarath, a Fool, so that's an extra Fool that can go into the other deck. Got it. Raikou is our super. That is a massive Lightsworn pickup. Honestly, this could be a very powerful card. I hope we see more, but with only 4 packs left, we will see. We have Flame Spirit, Ignis. Nothing here. Next pack, another Gyarath, Empress, Microcell. Okay, literally one more pack left out of this. We have a Fool, so I think we have a playset for each deck. And our final pack contains... Okay. Nothing here. Volcanic Queen's interesting. Deck Lockdown. Okay, guys. But honestly, we're going to save this draft to the collection. And I now have to figure out what deck I'm going to be building, or 2 decks, I should say, I'm building out of these pulls.
Alright guys, time to open up 24 packs of the Duelist Genesis. As you know, I've got 3 different packs to be opening up today, but I figured I'd start with opening them in chronological order. So the Duelist Genesis is as far back as the wheel gave us. Well, gave me at least. As you know, Bulmon got Light of Destruction. But that's basically the same set. They're right back to back. Alright, first Synchro of the set, Nitro Warrior. Basically unplayable unless I pulled Nitro Synchron, and even if I pulled him, I'm not sure if I would run him. So, if you guys have seen any of my content on the channel, then you probably are aware that I've done a Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series with my wife, and as a result, the Duelist Genesis is quite familiar to me. We opened it towards the end of the series because we kind of stopped around the Synchro era. That being said, I do feel like this set overall is going to be one that is going to really define my decks going into this episode, just because it's got a lot of generic stuff in it, just cards that are inherently useful no matter the situation. Something that can't really be said about Hidden Arsenal and Battle of Chaos, the next 2 sets that I'm going to be opening. But hey, look, I pulled a Herald of Orange Light, normally a very good card, even in today's game, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to make too much use of it. I don't really know what kind of fairies I'm going to have to be able to make use of. But we are closing up this pack opening, and honestly, I haven't seen too much really stand out at me. I guess I got a few good Psychic cards. I got a bad case of the Krebs, and Psychic Commander, and Psychic Snail. It might just turn out to be Psychic Beatdown. But who knows? This is just the first of 3 packs, so, anything could happen. Alright, last pack luck. What's it gonna be? Another charging cell. That's like my 5th copy of that card, isn't it? Oy, okay, well, that wasn't quite as good of an opening as I would have liked to have seen. Overall, I do still feel like this was probably my best chance at scoring a wide variety of cards to shape, because I guess another thing I have to consider is I'm not just making one deck, I have 2 decks to make use of. So, I've got that to look forward to. So let's see if we can't support these pulls using the next synchro-related set in the list, Hidden Arsenal. Oh, what a guy. Bryonic, however you want to pronounce it. This guy was a house of a card back in the day, and honestly, he's not too bad, even by today's standards, if you're actually running kind of an off-the-wall, water-based strategy. But, yeah, Hidden Arsenal, one of these, hey, there he is. I'll take him. I'll take him any day of the week. But, yeah, Hidden Arsenal and Catastor? Really? Like, the 2 best synchros in the set, right back to back? Both secret rares, nonetheless. Wow, that is crazy. Alright, look out, Bullmong. Synchro Toolbox is definitely coming your way. Anyways, let's see if I don't get interrupted by any more amazing pulls. So, Hidden Arsenal is one of these weird side sets where the number of cards in it is actually pretty small. Meaning, with 36 packs at my disposal, I'm pretty much guaranteed a playset of almost everything. I'm working on my playset of Catastor. But yeah, a few decent archetypes in here. Flamvel, Ice Barriers honestly really suck. Ally of Justice as an archetype never really did anything. The Worms kind of suck. But yeah, X-Saber, Mist Valley to an extent. I've got experience with a decent number of these archetypes. Not sure if I'm really going to be able to make use of them for anything in particular, other than just them being generically good tuner monsters, like Airbellum or Mist Valley Soldier, or my 3rd copy of Catastor. No, he's not a tuner, but that'd be sick if he was, wouldn't it? Oh, that actually reminds me, that mechanic they introduced towards the end of the Synchro era, turning Synchros into tuners as well, like, that's just a really cool idea, and it kind of set the standard for how extra deck monsters would work in the future. Kind of seems like a lot of extra deck mechanics end up going that way, because, when Xyz first came out, they were fairly standard, put your 2 same level monsters together, but then they introduced, like, the rank up mechanic, where you could turn one Xyz into another and you just transfer all the materials to it. That's kind of the same thing if you really think about it, right? And then Link monsters take it a whole step further by just being generic in general. Alright, I am closing in on the last few packs. I've pretty much gotten everything that I really need from here. 3 copies of most of the tuners. I pulled at least 1 copy of Bryonac. Oh, hey, Mistworm, right near the very end, thank goodness. That was like the last synchro in here that I really wanted to get. But alright, that was the last pack there, so let's take a quick perusal at our total haul. And like I said, not too bad overall. About as good of an opening as I would expect given this is such a weird set. But definitely do not have any complaints. 3 Catastor, 1 Bryonac, Mistworm, few good tuners like Flamvel Guard, Airbellum. Hey, let's add it to the collection. This plus Duelist Genesis should give me a solid core. Now, let's move on to the last set. Alright, moving on to the last set of the day, Battle of Chaos, which isn't inherently a bad set or anything like that. In fact, it's fairly modern. Ice Jade Agerin, that new Ghost Trick support, which I absolutely adored. But, it's one of these sets where it doesn't really do a lot on its own. And in fact, a lot of the support in this set is really dependent on the fact that the players should already have these archetypes in their possession. Like, this is the second wave of Ice Jade. Without the first 3, Tinola, Tremora, and Acti, I'm not even sure if I'd be able to throw together Ice Jades. Without any of the main core Ghost Tricks, Siren and the new Festival Link monster are pretty much useless. Got a few Pendulum archetype supports, like what's Pendulum gonna do for me? So yeah, overall, this is going to be a bit of a dud set for me. I mean, maybe I can get lucky and pull like a tiny little engine of something, like maybe a little tiny Ice Jade engine, just to kind of spam out big walls. But other than that, I'm not really looking forward to too much in this set. Although I did pull another Synchro, funnily enough. I'll add it to the Synchro toolbox, I guess. Well, hey, I pulled the cover card, Master of Chaos. He's a pretty sick card, but overall I don't think I'm going to be able to play him. And even if I could, I'm not sure if it'd be worth trying to build a whole deck around him. Ultimate Fusion! And that's what I'm going to have to do with this huge collection of cards that I've got. I've got to ultimately fuse them all together into two somewhat playable decks. It's definitely going to be the real challenge of this episode. Well, who am I kidding? When it comes to strategy, I mean, I'm no genius, so that is going to be a bit challenging. But for me, it's the luck. This part right here is actually the tough part for me, because I have no control over it. I am at the mercy of RNG. Oh yeah, Dinomorphia was released in this set, so I might can pull Dinomorphia, or at least as my backup deck, who knows. Kind of just depends on how much of them I get. Oh yeah, Libramancers. It's an archetype I don't really know too much about. I know they're ritual-based, so that's pretty neat. I actually like, to an extent, how modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going back to giving a decent amount of love to the original special monster types, like rituals and fusions. So it's really nice to see them kind of come full circle and apply modern game design to it. But overall, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make use of really anything in this set. So I know I kind of skipped around during the opening itself, so let's take a quick look at the overall haul here. I got a decent number of the synchros in this set, so that's pretty useful. Not sure if I really pulled enough to do the whole Ice Jade core or the Ice Jade engine I was mentioning earlier. I definitely didn't pull enough of the Dinomorphia stuff. I got a decent number of their traps, but I'm not sure if I pulled any of their monsters. Maybe their monsters weren't even in this set. Oh, no, there's Diplos, so I just didn't pull them. Alright, well, that is what it is, I suppose. That's all 3 sets. Let's go ahead and head into the lab and see what I can cook up with all this.
We are going to go over the What the Sets deck profile. Now, you obviously just saw my polls. I'm super excited about these decks. Our first deck is kind of a Dark Machine deck. Forget Earth Machine, Dark Machine. Starting off, Arcana Force Zero, the Fool, a very powerful old school card, Light of Destruction staple, especially in a sealed environment. Mostly in a sealed environment. But this card has known to cause some issues in sealed environments and progression series. I love this card. Who doesn't? 3 of those. Next, moving to our Cyberdark package, Cyberdark Cannon, 2 of these, 2 Cyberdark Claws. Moving to our Dark Machines now in Cyberdark Triple, Cyberdark Edge, Double Cyberdark Horn, Triple Cyberdark Keel, the Triple Desperado Barrel Dragon, the 1 Machine over Scavenger, Toon Cannon Soldier, which not only is searchable by Toon Table Contents, but also is a Dark Machine. 2 of those. Toon Cyber Dragon. Not a Dark Machine, but it's pretty much just a Sidra that we can search. And then Toon Goblin Attack Force, because Goblin Attack Force is a pretty good card, and at 2300 and being searchable, hey, it gives us options. 2 Cyberdark Impact, Triple Cyberdark Inferno, Triple Heavy Metal Raiders. This card is insane. I cannot believe I've never heard of this card before, and with all the cool cards on it, Metal Zoa, how can you say no to Metal Zoa? Then, of course, Toon Table Contents, 3 of these, 2 Powerful Rebirth, and 2 Summon Limit. The extra deck, which is shared between both decks, include 1 Cyberdark Dragon, Triple Cyber Darkness Dragon, 1 Red Eye Slash Dragon, our Ghost Rare Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Can't even make this, but it's cool to have in there, and Double Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Moving to our second deck that we'll have to use if we end up winning any of our duels, because we have to automatically switch when we win. Same extra, I should start there. 1 Cyberdark, Triple Cyber Darkness, 1 Red Eye Slash, 1 Ghost Rare Clear Wing Psycho Dragon, why can't I have pulled that in real life, and 2 Red Eye Flare Metal Dragon. Going to the deck, we have 2 Arcana Force Zero the Fool. We pulled 5 of these, 3 in the first deck, 2 here. Black Metal Dragon, Triple Garroth Light Sworn Warrior, 2 Gearfried the Red Eyes Iron Knight, triple Jane Lightsworn Paladin. I should say about the Lightsworns, obviously I have played them many times in the past. I used them at my locals back in the day quite frequently, so I love the Lightsworns, the OG Lightsworns, because they bring back such fond memories. Speaking of, Lumina the Lightsworn Summoner. She was one of my favorite cards ever. I love her artwork. It's just so cool. One Red Eyes Baby Dragon. Funny enough, I have never used Red Eyes cards outside of them being like One Eyes. I never actually played with the deck, so a lot of these Red Eyes cards are new to me. A Red Eyes card I do know, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, 3 of these. 2 Red Eyes Retro, 2 Red Eyes Toon Dragon, which is a Red Eyes, that's searchable with our Toon Table contents down here. Triple Red Eyes Wyvern, 1 Ryko Lightsworn Hunter, Chabel the Blackstoner Legend, the extra Toon Cyber Dragon we had access with, and of course Toon Table contents. We pulled 4 of these, 3 in the other deck, 1 in here. And then of course the good old vanilla Red Eyes Black Dragon. Powerful Equip Spell and Moon Mirror Shield, 3 of them. 2 Red Eyes Fusion, no, unfortunately we are not able to make the one card we'd want to make with this, but oh well. Then we have Double Insight, the 1 Toon Table contents, 1 Red Eyes Finger Chain, triple Summon Limit. Honestly, I think both decks are very strong. The Dark Machine is very strong. Red Eyes here has a lot of synergy and has a lot of ways to get stuff, but this does have, both decks have access to potential bricky stuff. This card, this deck, the Red Eyes one, actually has, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, so we can possibly brick on entirely useless cards. Why deck number 1 is a little bit harder to brick on, because really the only main brick would be Desperado Barrel, but it summons itself anytime a Dark Machine's destroyed, so not really that bricky, but we could always just end up getting a bunch of Keel or Horn and nothing else and kind of clog there. But I think both decks are pretty strong, and I feel both decks will do well. Next up is obviously Crossflex's deck, guys. Hopefully you enjoy his deck, and then you'll see the duel.
What the set is this nonsense? Well, this is what I'm calling a deck. My bread and butter set was the Duelist Genesis, and honestly my pulls were pretty bad from that one. I didn't pull any useful synchros and no generic extenders like the Tricky, so I had to scour my collection for any sort of synergies that I could find. What I came up with for my first deck is this Water-Fire hybrid. I started with my Ice Jade Adrian because I love her so much, and I decided to look for other decent water monsters that I could summon off of her effect. I discovered Submarine and figured he'd be a decent extender, assuming I had enough normal monsters that were worth playing. The only normies I could find, though, were fire dudes. Opalhead and Guard are both decent for caveman-style Yu-Gi-Oh! And since I was already running a few fire cards at this point, I decided to include most of the decent Flamvel stuff. I then went back to the water stuff and filled in my deck list with a bit of the stunning ice barriers. Cryomancer can help me stall, and Blizzard can help me turbo through my deck by drawing extra cards. My spell and trap pulls were very limited, so I just included a few that kinda fit. As for the rest of the deck, I just sort of included a few big booties like Peacephilia to further the stall strategy. Obviously, my win condition here is simply by mutating my dudes into a synchro or two. Still a little salty I never pulled a Goyo Guardian, but Catastor, Bryanak, and Mistworm should be good enough on their own. Maple Maiden also has a bit of synergy with changing things into water and fire. This is probably the most competent deck of the two, but let's go ahead and switch gears to my backup option. The only other type of card that I had a decent amount of was Psychic. So this deck has a bad case of the Krebs, and is supplemented with decent beaters like Snail and Shocker, plus PSI Station. There's a lot of Earth monsters in this deck, so I feel extra bad about the lack of Goyo, but it is what it is. One monster I pulled that I really wanted to play was Nauru the Vernal Dragon. It's actually not bad, but I just didn't have any reliable way to summon this thing in either deck, since I lack a way of pitching cards from the hand or whatever. Well, I felt pretty confident when I spun my packs, but I feel a lot less so now that I have to use what I actually pulled. But I'm willing to give it my all, so I hope you've pulled and have built well, Bolmong. It's time to duel.
All right, guys, it's time to duel. Cross, do you feel like you're ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Gonna click start. Do you think you're going to win?
Uh, t- well, are we talking the duel or RPS?
The duel. The
Duel.
match.
No, no, I don't have much
The
confidence.
deck, the poll was. I have to say, my polls were actually pretty insane, except this hand.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, oof, yeah. So, I mean, obviously, I had a pretty small set. I had the Hidden Arsenal 1, so I was pretty much guaranteed a couple different things there.
oh, look at that.
That set, I had no problem with. But Duelist Genesis had so much potential, and I pulled Garbo in that
Look
set.
at your extra deck compared to mine. I have Ola A cards. All right, you ready for meta deck thinning?
Toon Table of
I'm gonna
Contents.
tune table of
Oh,
content
man.
so much. Yo, look at this deck thinning. I feel like I'm playing an actual deck. Not really, but still.
Or say you playing Exodia?
Yo, behold. Yes, I pulled Exodia out of my set. No, no. Um, that's funny, but that's funnier. So I had Toon Cannon Soldier.
And Soldier. Yeah, that's right. You do have quite a few tunes
I
that
will
you're
play
exposed.
Heavy Metal Raiders. This card, if you
I've
read
never
it,
seen this
is
card.
actually insane. I'll set a card face down. Yeah, each time a Dark Machine monster would be destroyed by a battle turn is not destroyed, and if you took damage, it gains that much attack.
Hmm. Interesting.
So I'm just going to run out, Toon Cannon Soldier. I
And
can
Soldier.
attack,
Yeah.
and I'll end my turn.
All right. Oh, come on, really? All right, well, let's see. So you're essentially immune to battle. It's the
Well, it's not destroyed the first time.
first time.
So if you have two
yeah, I gotta take
monsters.
it out twice. But the first time you take damage, it goes up. So, okay, I have two options at my disposal. Not entirely sure what the best option is here.
I'm like hovering over a card in my hand so people can read it right now, and it's funny.
Mm-hmm. Ugh, one option is a bit risky. Yikes. And the way that's worded is like, even if you run it into like a defense mode monster and you suffer damage, you can just get a free attack boost.
Yes, Heavy Metal Raiders is such a card I never knew existed, and it has
Yeah,
all
I've
the
never heard of that.
OG Bandit Keith cards on it. I am so happy.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
Flame
Well,
Veil.
I'm gonna try and go with the simplest option here.
Let's see,
I'm
7.
going to go into. I
Oh,
might as well use my extra monster zone. Maple Maiden.
oh, not the 7 I was thinking of.
All right, and might as well do Maple Maiden. I'll say everything's water.
Interesting.
All right, I get my little oyster token.
Nice.
Not sure if it's really going to be that useful. Um, hmm.
Interesting.
I think. Well, I could kind of do this. I might as well. Let's go desynchro. Let's turn it back.
Interesting. Did you pull
Can you
Stardust?
imagine
Are you
how
going to go
strong this?
Stardust?
Oh, that would be crazy, though, wouldn't it? No, I wish I did not pull Stardust.
Uh, let's see. What else is an 8 in there? Um, Good 8s overall. Oh, you're swinging in.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm actually just gonna go straight into
By the way,
just
I
straight
get a
into
special
battle.
summon a Dark Machine from hand.
Yeah, I was kind
Desperado
of
Barrel Dragon.
going. Yeah, I was going off of the chance that maybe you didn't have anything to summon.
I'll activate Desperado Barrel Dragon, and I can destroy a card. 2 cards.
All right,
You do
I'll
get
get
the
my
Oyster
oyster
token,
token.
but I blew up the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's really funny is RPK ran machines last time and it didn't work. Behold, I am Bandit Keith. I am the master of machines.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, that card is sick.
Yeah,
I've never
this
seen this
deck
card
is
before.
actually a deck. Oh boy, this is something unique. Let's just go to battle, attack. No, I don't want to activate this effect. Yeah. Since I destroyed a monster, I can special summon my other Desperado Barrel Dragon.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, that's pretty much game right
No
there, I
effect.
think.
And no, I don't want to activate effect. And attack. No, I don't want to activate effect. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. I
And
should have just sat on the Maple Maiden.
Maple Maiden would have definitely screwed me up a little bit. I have other ways
Yikes.
around it, to be honest. But
Yeah. But like it would have at least sat there for a turn.
yeah.
I was literally just gambling that you didn't have a machine to summon off of that.
Oh, another dead card, but that's all right. So we'll just swing in and see if this is game one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna prolong it. I can do something here, but I'm not gonna.
Okay. So, no, I don't want to save the replay. So we are going to back out. I am literally recreating the duel, same exact password and everything. But I
Okay.
have to switch to deck 2. You do not. So I'm ready.
The
I'm on.
choice is, I didn't even really get to see what my deck can do. Is it worth to swap?
Like, honestly, if you have to go, I think, with your better deck that you feel
Mm-hmm.
has the best chance of winning. Because you saw the power of my first deck. Do you think my second
Yeah.
deck has that power?
Yeah. I really hope not.
I really wouldn't. Yeah, maybe this will be an RPK thing where you'll win the second one. We'll go to a third. So let's start. You get it because you lost. You actually get to decide who goes first.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go first
All
then.
right. So have you picked your thing yet?
Yeah, I already picked. I think it was paper.
All right. I'm gonna go rock. All right. So you get to decide. There you go.
All right, so yeah, I'll go first again.
Yeah.
All right, good luck again. Not sure if you'll really need it, but let's
Oh,
see
I'll
here.
need
It's
so much help.
interesting hand. Uh, I'm gonna go a lot safer this time around.
All right. So I'm gonna activate Red Eyes Fusion,
No way.
and I am going to send a Red Eyes Black Dragon and a Gyroth to special summon Red Eyes Slash.
Slash and
I will
warrior.
set.
Okay.
I will activate Red Eyes Insight, and I will send. Oh boy, what am I doing here? Send a Red Eyes Toon Dragon, and we're gonna add another Red Eyes Fusion. I can only activate once per turn, so you know. So we're gonna go to battle.
We have two table of
Attack.
contents here.
And what does this do? Declares an attack? Oh, yeah. And I will equip Gyroth. Can't be destroyed by
Sure, I
battle.
guess I'll activate. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and cycle through a card
In
here.
battle, this could destroy you can place one. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I'll grab this particular card, put it on top.
Main phase 2. I'm going to set a card. It's your turn.
All right. I wonder what I drew. All I can do is set and pass.
Interesting. This is not the area I want to be. So I'm going to flip summon Red Eyes Retro. I'm going to send it for Red Eyes, Darkness, and Metal Dragon.
Oof. Okay.
Activate Metal.
Yep.
And I'm going from Graveyard, Special Summon Toon. I am then going to go one. Oh, actually, wait. No. Oh, I have to. Oh, I messed up. I misclicked.
Oh,
wait, that's right.
flare metal.
So I'm going to activate effect, detach slash. Let's see. We're good here. And I totally misclicked again.
Oh no.
I am just amazing like that.
Well, that's a bunch of red eyes though.
So we are going to attack.
Yeah, you got no issues there.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna attack.
Okay, gonna try and have me burn myself out
I'm
a
thinking
little bit
that
here.
is the strat right now.
The decision then becomes, do I bother doing this? Do I think I'll get enough value to even... It's probably a mistake, but I'll go for it.
Okay. Main phase 2. I have nothing else. I completely messed up, but that's alright. That's all right.
Mm.
Yeah, I literally had a couple options for the second deck, and yeah.
Okay, well, I can't really do much of anything. In fact, I will pass.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have to hope that you literally can't just get over this battle
So I'm going to
indestructible
send
creature
this to
here.
special summon Red Eyes Metal. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to activate Red Eyes Fang with Chain. I'll activate Chain, send it, equip, set, activate Red Eyes Metal, special summon Slash. I'll
I
throw
think
this to
that's game
defense.
then, right?
Oh, did I just throw the game because of switching that to defense? I don't think so. No, I think we're good.
No, I think you
I
got
think
it.
we got it. Yeah, so I guess both my decks were
You guess.
pretty
You
good.
had like crazy engines. I have water and fire monsters.
So do you want to just talk about what just happened?
I don't think really anything happened. I drew like 3 cards and lost.
I I feel bad. Like honestly, all right, before we do anything else, let's go over this. You lost the match. There's no other
Yep.
way to say it. But you get to
Really?
decide one of my
That was a
sets.
massacre.
I will be honest. Yes, it was. But you get to decide one of my sets to remove from the wheel.
Oh man. Okay. Well, clearly the problem I was running into, and I fear some other people will run into, if there's a miracle it gets spun again, was that legendary duelist, because that's the one that had all the tunes and the red eyes and stuff like that in it.
Yes, honestly, when it came down to it, it was the set that, you know, like that literally put up everything. So when we look at Legendary Duelist Season 1, obviously, promos aside, which included Red Eyes Baby, Gearfried Red Eyes Iron Knight, Slash, Fang with Chain, Millennium Eyes Restrict, all that. If we actually look at the card list, or I'm just going to say it, all the Red Eyes stuff was in there, the Toon Table stuff in there, the Heavy Metal Raiders. Literally, this set handed me pretty much both of my decks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Legendary Duelist Season 1 was overpowered quite significantly.
At least now we know.
So, did you pull a Ghost Rare from your stuff? Or a high
I
rarity?
No, I don't think I did.
I actually did. I don't remember if I threw in my decks. I'm literally checking right now. And yes, I did. Okay. Clear Ring Synchro Dragon. I pulled it
Oh, okay.
as a ghost. But I had to ask that because RPK pulled one last time and I pulled one and it was unusable for both of us pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this one technically wasn't usable because I didn't have any synchros. So you are removing Legendary Duelist Season 1 from the wheel.
Yes.
Okay. I get to control the winner's mark since I won. I can select one set that was not used in this episode. And I think I'm going to choose a set that I think can offer just as much power as Legendary Duelist Season 1.
Okay.
So I got so sad with Phantom Rage last episode, but because it wasn't pulled this episode, I'm going to give Phantom Rage the winner's mark.
Okay.
Because if I had a winner's mark last time, I literally could have made a Tri Brigade deck or or a virtual world deck. Instead, I got alien junk. Or not alien, the mutant. Same difference.
Yeah.
We have removed Legendary Duelist Season 1, and Phantom Rage is getting a winner's mark. I am 2-0 on the series out of matches so far, which is feeling pretty good. And I do have to say this episode went a lot quicker than I thought. I said I'd speed up the episodes.
I don't know, just not, you didn't know it would be this much.
I did not know the duel would be 10 seconds. But yeah, guys, Crossflix links are in the description below. Check them out. Anything you want to say, Cross?
I want to say that I did have a strategy in my decks.
Well,
That's
you
it.
guys
Those
were
are
to
my
see the
final
stack
words.
profile. I'm actually not even receiving the footage until after this duel is done. So I don't know what's in his decks. Honestly, I'm pretty sure after I end this recording, we might actually talk about the decks. But guys, I hope you quite enjoy this. What the sets? If you have anyone you want me to challenge, let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, guys. Tag out.